Welcome back, Lakers Talk. I am Derek Chapman, and let's get into last night's game. We had the Lakers fall to the Charlotte Hornets 100-97. It was a very hard loss. The game was very close. It was closer than it needed to be. It felt like watching the beginning of the game that the Lakers were going to take control of the game and eventually win by, 10 to 15 points. But once the third quarter hit, LaMelo Ball hit, we lost Austin Reeves to being ejected. So it was just a perfect storm of a lot of different aspects that ended up costing the Lakers a loss in this. It isn't a major one usually. After a loss, I don't even want to talk Lakers basketball. But this one, I saw a lot of positives. That's going to be the one thing about this podcast is we're going to make it. I'm always going to try to look for the positives. A lot of the other shows, it's the negative. Man, we get enough of that in the game or when, we lose. So I'm going to try to keep it as positive as I can and try to look at all of the good aspects of the game. And I saw a lot out there. For one, Luka Doncic. You can tell the Lakers are in the figuring it out phase. He couldn't hit his shot for anything. I think he went 1 for 9 from the 3-point line, but he just kept shooting, and that's what he needs to do. After coming back from an injury, that's gonna probably be one of the last things to come back because he's gonna need his legs. So he's coming back from a leg injury. It's gonna take a little time before his shot's falling. But let's take a look. I'm gonna look at the box score really quick. One thing that was phenomenal, even though he had 14 points in 33 minutes of play, it was the 8 assists and 11 rebounds. That was one thing that was phenomenal throughout the game, whether it was LeBron, whether it was Luka. It was the assists and the way the ball was moving. He was getting the open shots, and they're going to fall. It's just, like I said, the fit and the injury and all of those things. So he looked good. Even though he wasn't able to hit his shot, you can see what it's going to be. And the Lakers are in that figuring out phase of who are we going to be? How are we going to run the offense? One thing I did notice with LaMelo Ball going off, we definitely missed Max Christie. We needed that on-ball defender on our point guard or on, LaMelo's a taller point guard. And that's where we missed Max Christie in this. But, in order to get what we needed to get with Luka, and we're thinking about the future, Max was part of the trade, and we lose him. But that's okay. I think that's something the Lakers are going to need to address and need to figure out. Gabe Vincent did step in a little bit, but he's a smaller guard. Someone like we had Dennis Schroeder, maybe he could have been someone that was stuck on LaMelo Ball to you're never going to stop someone like that. You never stop the All-Stars, but what you can do is you can slow them down or make life difficult for them. Like I said, I think the Lakers are going to be absolutely fine. There was one point in time, I'll see if I can get the highlight of LeBron doing an unbelievable dunk. And we'll address that later. Him not participating in the All-Star game. And if we could have seen him in a dunk contest, you want to talk about bringing it back. Although it was a really good dunk contest. But I digress. Let's continue on. So what else did I see in the game? Let's go back to LeBron. With taking that break, he looked very spry. He was running, dunking, passing, assisting. LeBron ended up with 26 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds. So he looked really good. The rest, he needed it. And he needs to rest that ankle. And, he's had foot problems in the past. So I think it was good that he took the time off and relaxed. So he looked good post All-Star game. We go to Austin Reeves and his ejection. He ended up getting fouled by Nurkic. And he pumped it through his fist in the air, got a tech, And then he must have said something as he walked off, and the ref gave him the second tech, and we lost him. He got ejected from the game. Had this been, he'll get those. Had this been all-star, if it would have been LeBron or Luka or someone else, he would have got a little bit of leeway. But being that Austin is just growing in the league, it's going to take him a little time before he starts to get those calls. But that hurt us a lot. I think that hurt the momentum. I think that is the reason why, not the reason why, but the perfect storm of why the Lakers ended up dropping this game. We also we got a chance, because we were playing the Hornets, we got a chance to see Mark Williams, who was at one point a Laker for half a second before the trade was rescinded. And so one thing I noticed, or a few things I've noticed with him, he's a big body and a good rebounder. One thing I did notice is a lot of the Lakers players, because he is a threat to blocking your shot, a lot of the players would stop before they go into paint. A lot of them weren't penetrating if Mark was standing in the center. So I think Mark would have been a good fit, but the Lakers saw something on that injury report that was not a good thing. Let's see. So how did he do? And you can tell he wanted to impress the Lakers, as well as he wanted to send a message that he isn't injured. He's coming on a contract. He's coming up on a new contract. And whether he goes to the Lakers or whether he continues with the Hornets or he gets picked up with another team, the Lakers leaving it vague, saying he's more injured than what shows, or what, they saw injuries on his physical. He wants to prove that he can continue and have an NBA career and potentially join the Lakers one day. So let's look at his stats. So he had 10 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 blocks, although there was one block that wasn't an official block. So very, very solid numbers from a center. I don't know if he's necessarily that lob threat that Luka's looking for and LeBron's looking for. But he looked good. He looks very solid. So it could have been a potential good pickup for the Lakers, but play it safe. I'd rather play it safe, keep Dalton, and go from there. And we'll see this summer or on the buyout market if we do find another center. With that being said, let's go look at the box score. Let's see how did the Lakers do. Rui Hachimura, he looked really good. You can tell he's benefiting from Luka and LeBron in the past. He got 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. LeBron, 26 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds. Jackson Hayes had 8 points, 4 rebounds in 18 minutes. Luka Doncic had 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. Austin Reeves, 8 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Dorian Finney-Smith looked really good. He had 12 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. Gabe Vincent, he looked good as well. The team looked good. He had 6 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Dalton was a little quiet. He had 3 points, 0 assists, 5 rebounds. We need those rebounds, very important. Jared Vanderbilt, 3 points, 4 rebounds. And then we had an Alex Len sighting for 10 minutes. He ended up getting 1 rebound. So even with the loss, the Lakers are still in a really, really good position. They're 5th in the West, so they're right behind the Rockets and just above the Clippers. So that leaves them on a 2-game losing streak, but they've won 7 of their last 3. So still look good. Like I said, the offense and defense and the team just getting together and gelling with new players. It's going to take a little bit of time, but let's look at our upcoming schedule. This Saturday, we have the Denver Nuggets. So that's going to be a big game. If there's any game where I want to see Luka have a huge game and a huge impact, it's going to have to be against the Nuggets. I want him to look phenomenal. I want us to take that win. That will be a big game. And the next few games that we do have on the schedule are big. because we play the Clippers twice. And like I said, we play the Nuggets. So it's important to get these wins. It's a very, very tight race in the Western Conference. So we got to put a lot of games in our bag so that we can climb the ladder. The Lakers can almost make it up to the third seed. It's so close. So the Lakers are still figuring it out. It's going to take a little time, but I think the team looks good. And there's going to be a lot of good potential. And I want you guys to catch us next time for our next reviews of our next game. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to build that base. And I will catch you the next time with more Lakers talk.